Who's doing the intro?
You do it, innit?
Oi, oi. This is gonna be a podcast about the new movie that just came out, Spider-Man No Way Home. There's gonna be a lot of spoilers in this movie, so if you haven't seen the bloody movie yet, then watch it right now because you don't want to get spoiled for this movie. And pro tip before going to watch this movie is watch all the Spider-Man movies, even the Tobey and Andrew ones before this, because then it will make the movie a whole lot better.
Right, in the intro, you literally said there are a lot of spoilers in this movie. I think you were supposed to say there are a lot of spoilers in this podcast.
There's still spoilers in the movie though.
True. Like, I didn't even want to watch it at first because it would get spoiled for me.
Isn't it, bro? Like, it's just spoiled everything for me. Like, I don't know how I could watch this movie.
Yeah, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
It was just ruined for me when I first watched it. Like, I enjoyed it, but I think my biggest issue with the film is there were just too many spoilers for the film.
Exactly. Like, I don't know.
Alright, first thing, Electro doesn't make any sense.
Bro, Electro and post-credit scene Venom don't make any sense. Both of
That's
them.
actually the mid-credit scene.
Uh,
You
uh,
didn't even watch the post-credit scene.
I watched the low quality one on YouTube, and then a couple hours later, Marvel released the full on post credit scene on YouTube.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, they probably saw my search history on YouTube, bro.
Yeah. Uh, Electro. You see, the Doctor Strange's spell was bringing in people who knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man from every universe. But I mean, I haven't really watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2 very recently, but I'm pretty sure Electro didn't know Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and I assume this is supposed to be the same version of Electro because there are references to The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
As someone who watches The Amazing Spider Man 2 all the time, I can confirm that he does not know Peter Parker is Spider Man.
Exactly. So, I have no idea like how it works. That's just a big continuity error, which is kind of a big issue because, like, for the most part, this film was actually being quite faithful to those films. But I guess not with Electro.
Bro, something else I don't understand is how his personality changes so weirdly. Like, it's just so instant that his personality just changes when he's in another universe.
For real, in Spider-Man No Way Home, he's an absolute Chad. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, he's just like, God damn it, bro. But in Spider-Man No Way Home, he's like, look at his place and all the possibilities.
Oh my god.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the same version of Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, because when he first showed up in the film, he was blue. And so that more or less confirms it's the same version, because if it wasn't the same version, then I don't think they would have put in the effort of making him blue when he first came in.
I reckon that's the only scene that Jamie Foxx don't like in the entire movie.
When he's blue
Yeah.
in it, because every time he's in an interview or something, he's always like, yo, I'm not blue in this one. Nah, but it's genuinely a massive continuity error and no one's actually explained it, and surprisingly, hardly anyone's even talking about it, which is
which
a bit weird.
which one? The personality change or him not knowing Peter Parker's Spider Man?
Him not knowing Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
But they even like go forward to it in the battle scene where Andrew Garfield is there and he's like, "Oh, I kind of wished you were black."
Exactly, which is just showing that they knew each other, which means that is definitely the same version of Electro.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Oh god, I was gonna say something, but now I've forgotten. Oh, oh, oh no, I can't believe I've forgotten. You say something, it might come back to me.
Bro, on the topic of being consistent, at least Sandman is somewhat consistent with the amount of times he just changes his motivations.
Oh, that is true. To be fair, I mean, he's basically the same as he is in Spider-Man 3. You know, they just don't know what to do with the character. Did they want him to be bad, or did they want him to be like sort of sympathetic and good? They don't know. So, guess they're keeping that consistent.
They might as well have just like brung back like Topher Grace Venom for that, because at least that would be like consistent.
Yo, you've just reminded me about what I was gonna say.
Yo.
Apparently, I watched a YouTube video. Yeah. Apparently, in the Venom 2 end credit scene, Venom, in Eddie Brock's mind, said something to Eddie Brock about a hive mind, which means like all of the Venoms in the universe, in the multiverse or something, sort of like share the same knowledge. So like if Venom from another universe knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man, apparently every Venom from every universe knows. That's what I gathered from it, but I don't know if it's true because that just seems a bit weird. Because like, aren't there supposed to be like infinite universes? So wouldn't Venom then like have more or less infinite knowledge?
It cuts off like all the tension, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I don't really know what to think about that. I haven't even seen Venom 2, so yeah, I need to.
Venom 2's alright. The villain Carnage is like the weakest part, sadly, but like the relationship between Venom and Tom Hardy Eddie Brock is pretty nice.
The thing is, though, with Venom, everyone was saying that the best thing about the film is the credit scene because it was an obvious tease for Venom versus Spider-Man. And then, literally, in Spider-Man No Way Home, in the credit scene, he goes back to another universe when we can assume it's his own universe. So, really, that thing that hyped everyone up in the Venom credit scene meant more or less nothing apart from a drop of black goo. Like, if you were just like a casual Marvel fan who never watched the credit scenes, you would never even know that Venom went to the MCU.
Oh my god. I feel like they're just doing that for the comedy relief in the credit scenes, honestly. Like, Sony was like, oh, Tom Hardy funny, we need to have him in the Tom Holland credit scene.
Isn't it, man? And it's kind of funny that Topher Grace's Venom got referenced in the film, and then we've got Tom Hardy's Venom in the credit scene.
Two Venoms in one.
Yeah. And I hope that credit scene was teasing Black Suit Spider-Man because, man, if that's teasing Agent Venom with MCU Flash Thompson, I'm gonna riot.
Bruh.
MCU Flash Thompson is so shite.
Bro, I feel like he was good in the Homecoming, yeah, because like it was like a good like evolution. Like he's more like relatable as a bully. But then they completely replaced him in Far From Home. And then in No Way Home he's like his best mate.
I know, it's so shite. The only thing that I do like about that version of Flash Thompson is that he's a Spider-Man fan, like Flash Thompson was in the comics. But honestly, I'd say Andrew's the Flash. No, I was about to say the Flash, like it was the Flash. I'd say Andrew's Flash is the best one because he's got everything you need for Flash. He's an asshole, but like he's still human, and he was sympathizing with Andrew Spider-Man. And also, by the end of the Amazing Spider-Man, it is established that he's a Spider-Man fan. He's
Yeah.
got all the ingredients for a perfect Flash Thompson. My only issue is he's ginger, and no one likes gingers.
We didn't get enough of him either.
Innit? He was good though. I actually quite like it. I never used to like him, but now that I am more knowledgeable and clever, I'd say he's my favourite out of the live action Flash Thompsons.
Is the Raimi one like close second?
Oh yeah, it's a close second. It used to be my favourite, but when I rewatched The Amazing Spider-Man, Flash Thompson from The Amazing Spider-Man was the best.
I actually agree with you there. Like he was just so pathetic when Uncle Ben died.
I know, like bullies. Something that films usually get wrong about bullies is they make them completely heartless. Like sometimes they even go as far as to make them like murderers. Like in It, bullies start stabbing people.
That's
Like
not
weird.
bullies,
That's just full on murder.
innit? I
I
feel
tell you
like.
what.
Wait, you go on.
No, you go on because I was gonna change the subject.
Man, I was changing the subject too. I was gonna say the most accurate portrayal of a bully is from Cool Cat Saves the Kids, Butch the Bully.
Gotta agree with you there. I tell you what, the MCU did improve on though. Aunt May.
Bro, honestly, I prefer that to like any Uncle Ben because you've been with Aunt May more throughout the trilogy. Like she was in every movie in the trilogy, and Uncle Ben was in like 20 minutes of each Spider-Man film. So it's like
Can
you know her more, and you feel like so sad when she dies.
in it, and like they improved the character way more because in Spider-Man: Homecoming and Civil War, her entire personality was sexy aunt, sexy milf. That was it. In Far From Home, they made her a bit better because she did that homeless shelter thing, which made her a bit more, useful. And then in No Way Home, she was a full-on like Uncle Ben level character, which I mean is pretty cool. And this is the only live-action Spider-Man whose Aunt May has died, which is a nice new take.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was actually emotional as well.
Yeah, yeah. I almost cried like a baby when I see it.
Oh wow, I understood that reference. Also, I was so surprised when watching Spider-Man: No Way Home when Green Goblin said the scientist line.
People were like, I've seen reviews about it and people were complaining about it. I thought that was just. It fit in with the scene as well. It was not like
Innit?
out of place either.
It didn't feel like forced fan service. Like it felt like it belonged in that scene.
Bro.
It felt natural.
Also, people were complaining about Doc Ock saying the power of the sun in the palm of my hands, and the both times he said it just made sense in the scene. Like,
Innit?
honestly.
Like yeah, because like the last time he said it, he was literally holding an arc reactor. That is a pretty powerful item.
Bro, is it really the power of the sun, though?
I mean,
Like, what could
who
get
knows?
more powerful than the literal sun?
I know.
What?
Flash Thompson from the Raimi verse.
Nah, Bully Maguire. Bro, how did you like that Daredevil cameo, though?
Oh yeah, I was expecting it, but I was like expecting it, but it was somehow still a surprise.
Bro, I was expecting Toby and Andrew to come in. Even in the trailer they showed Doc Ock and I was still like really acting like a spaz in the cinema.
Yo, I was acting like a spaz when like Green Goblin first showed up, even though we'd literally seen that footage in like one of the early trailers.
Exactly.
I think the main reason I got really excited over it was because it played his music.
Oh yeah. I was mainly excited because it's like I'm in the cinema watching Doctor Octopus from like 2004.
And also, it's literally Green Goblin and Doctor Octopus and Spider-Man on a bridge in an MCU film. Whoever thought that would happen? Like, imagine living in 2012 where you just have the 6 Avengers and you're like, oh, it's kind of sad that Sony owned Spider-Man and Fox owned Fantastic Four and X-Men. And now we got Spider-Man on a bridge with Green Goblin and Doctor Octopus in an MCU film.
That is sick.
So, the Lizard and Sandman actors, they didn't seem to come back. I heard that they were like in scheduling conflicts, so like they couldn't actually like be in the film. But I heard that they did voice act the characters.
Oh, that's why Sandman is permanently in sand form.
In it kind of felt weird to me that because it made it feel kind of cartoony because he's able to change back to his normal self, but it just doesn't sit right with me that he just chose not to.
I've got an excellent theory though.
Go on.
So when we first meet Sandman as Sandman in the Raimi trilogy, and he's like struggling to get into the human shape.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's in a different universe where he can't see his daughter, he can't get into that human shape.
Why? Because his daughter's not there.
Yeah.
Why would that make sense?
Because it's the most logical explanation.
I guess. Honestly, yeah. Lizard and Sandman, they were hardly even shown in the promotion. Like, they didn't even get their own posters, man.
What makes me more sad is the Lizard, because in the Amazing Spider-Man 1, Dr. Connors and Andrew Garfield had good chemistry. Science pun.
Chemistry. Hate chemistry.
Me too. Biology's better.
Innit? Yo, some people were complaining about the Lizard design in No Way Home and saying the one in The Amazing Spider-Man looked better. But I feel like this is a hot take, but I actually prefer the design in Spider-Man No Way Home.
They both felt the same to me, bro.
I could see the difference. I think it was his face that was mainly kind of different.
I didn't see it.
Damn. Lizard and Sandman, I don't get why they weren't like in all the promotion. Like, they should have gotten posters, man. Like, I don't see what their issue was with making Lizard and Sandman posters, because even if they like weren't very important characters, they still had a decent amount of screen time.
Innit?
Which I was actually surprised by, because before I watched it, I thought, yo, these characters will probably just be shown in a little Doctor Strange prison and only be in the final battle, because when you're looking at the promotion, the only thing you see them in is the final battle scenes.
Yeah.
Green Goblin got a cool new suit.
Bro, as much as I like the original helmet, I feel like Willem Dafoe's expressions is a good like alternative.
Innit? Like, if it was any other actor, I'd be complaining about him not having a mask. But Willem Dafoe, he's like perfectly cast, and he's got the acting range to like pull it off with his facial expressions.
Bro, the thing I really like about Willem Dafoe is that he can change from some sympathetic, lonely man to like a serial killer in like 0.2 seconds.
He's just built different.
Exactly, bro.
Yo, but if they ever end up doing Hobgoblin with Ned, in the MCU, then he's definitely gonna need a mask.
Yeah, I can't
No
take that
way.
guy seriously.
Innit? I kind of hope if they do Hobgoblin, they just like do a new character. Like,
Yeah.
there's loads of versions of Hobgoblin. I don't see why you have to make it the little chinky kid.
I mean, like, Tom Holland Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure he's fully moved on from MJ and Ned.
Good. Let him meet Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. That
Yo,
would be cool,
that'd be sick, man.
innit? I wonder if the multiverse villains that he fights in Spider-Man No Way Home actually like exist in his universe.
Like Doctor Octopus.
Yeah, like someone had a theory where the next trilogy, he'll actually start looking for the characters in his own universe and try to prevent them from becoming villains. Which, I mean, could be interesting, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Maybe
they
he
can-
works for Doctor Octopus and make sure, like, the chip, you can't take it off.
Yeah. I think a cool twist would be like Peter Parker interferes too much with trying to stop them from becoming villains to the point where it's like he's like trying to stop them from like doing what they want to do. Like Doctor Octopus, yeah, he wants to just like make that power source with the sun and all that. And the MCU version of Doctor Octopus could be doing a good job of that and have like no miscalculations. And then Tom Spider-Man could just be like proper paranoid and start like destroying his work, and maybe that will create him. Well, no, that will turn him into a villain instead of like the arms turning him into a villain.
Bro.
So pretty much, yeah, it's Spider-Man's fault.
I would prefer to see villains we haven't really seen on screen before. Maybe give
Same.
Rhino another chance, but have him
Yeah.
actually be in the onesie this time.
Yeah. Or they could just like maybe do a version of the suit that was in the Spider-Man PS4 game.
That would be sick.
Innit?
Bro,
If we don't get Scorpion in this next trilogy, I'm gonna be mad.
yeah, same, bro, same.
Because like he was set up in Homecoming, you have to do him at some point.
Like, you can't just not pay off that.
Exactly, and it's not even like it's hard to do because you've already established J. Jonah Jameson, and even though they did that spell at the end, J. Jonah Jameson still doesn't like Spider-Man, so you can easily just do what they did in the comic and cartoons, where J. Jonah Jameson hires Scorpion to go after Spider-Man, and there, you've got a Spider-Man film with Scorpion as the villain. Easy peasy.
I wonder if because J. Jonah Jameson forgot Peter Parker, that Peter Parker could actually work for the Daily Bugle.
I was thinking that, but like, Daily Bugle in the MCU is like completely different from what it is in like any other universe. So like, what would he do there? Like, would they even have photographers?
I mean, he could take like clips of Spider-Man swinging and beating up enemies.
Could do, yeah. Maybe, he can get a Photoshop job where he starts photoshopping pictures of Spider-Man for him.
The thing that caught Eddie Brock fired in the Raimi films.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Daily Bugle website in the MCU seems like it would do something like that.
Fair enough, G, fair enough. Bro.
You're not gonna lie.
Yo, what were you saying?
Not gonna lie, since they have like a version of the symbiote in the MCU now, I hope they just do their own version of Eddie Brock, honestly.
Like the Raimi trilogy tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, you could like, if they do the whole Daily Bugle thing and maybe does photography, then just also get another Eddie Brock, a similar age to Tom Holland's Peter Parker, and then have him get the symbiote.
Maybe.
Or if you want him to be much older than Peter Parker, then I'd say Alexander Skarsgård would be sick as Eddie Brock.
Yo.
You probably don't know who that is.
No, I don't.
No, of course you don't.
But I just don't follow the acting world.
I mean, he was in Godzilla vs. Kong.
Bro, I tried watching that and it was boring as shit.
You're gay, you.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, you.
Big L.
But it wasn't the Godzilla shit. That's cool and all, but like the person with the podcast thing, I don't give a shit about your shitty podcast.
You've got a point there. You've got a point there, to be honest. Like, no one cared about that.
Exactly, and it just fills up too many screen time. Honestly, it's like having a Spider-Man movie and the main focus is fucking Uncle Ben. Like, honestly,
So
bro.
the opposite of the MCU films.
I mean, I like what the MCU has done, especially after this movie.
This whole like home trilogy was pretty much just like a really long Spider-Man origin story.
Yeah, I don't get why they're doing a Disney Plus show now, because like...
Yeah, I don't get why. What's the point?
Exactly. Like, all he's gonna do is get bit by the spider and maybe fight Chameleon. Something.
That would be cool though, if he fights Chameleon. I feel like that would be the perfect villain for that series.
Yeah. But yeah, again, like, that's not really a point.
Exactly, man. Like the thing that people praised about the MCU version of Spider-Man was the fact that they didn't do the origin story, and it's not like they needed it. So the fact that they're deciding to like do it, like years after he's been introduced, now it's like, what's the point?
Exactly. That's like if they randomly rebooted Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3 and made it about him getting bit by the spider.
It's like doing a sequel to Ghostbusters 2 after you've done a female reboot. Oh wait, never mind. To be fair, I've heard it's quite good, you know.
Bro, I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't.
Oh, that's a shame.
Maybe it was my cinema and the bad experience, because, man, the people in my cinema for that, they wouldn't shut up.
Oh, what's he not?
Nah.
When going into No Way Home, because it was a proper hyped up movie, I was dreading that people would like start cheering and all that, but thankfully they didn't.
Bro, it's mainly Americans for that, because like I see like audience reactions, people fucking screaming in the theater. I'm like, what the hell? I've never seen this before.
Like I see these TikTok videos of audience reactions, and I look in the comments and see people go, "Oh, in my cinema, no one cheered. Such a dead crowd." And I'm like, "Bruh, it's not a dead crowd. They're just not selfish pricks."
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Oh, there was this at the start of the movie, right? It was dead because like I was trying to watch the movie, but people kept coming in late and started blocking the camera. People were going to the seats, figured out it wasn't their seats halfway through like the beginning of the movie, and then it was just dead. It was dead.
Are you still talking about Ghostbusters?
No, I'm talking about No Way Home.
Oh, my experience was fine, but I saw your food tech teacher there.
Bro, that is because we watched Far From Home with her as well. That's funny.
Did she say she was gonna watch No Way Home in the cinema?
She said when we was going to watch Far From Home, yeah, she said that she really likes Homecoming and she just suggests us to watch it. So I'm pretty sure, I guess that she would have watched it.
Yeah, because I thought I definitely did see her. Wonder what her favourite Spider-Man is.
Probably Tom Holland.
Innit? Yo, I always change my opinions with who my favourite Spider-Man is, because they're all that good.
Bro, I'm kind of leaning more towards Andrew now.
And I haven't fully decided yet. And even if I had decided, I wouldn't say it here because I want to like rank them at some point. So I don't want to just say my ranking here.
Bro, I'm finding it hard to make a ranking of all the Spider-Man movies, especially after this one, because this one makes all the other Spider-Man movies a little bit more better. Like before this, I thought like Far From Home was just a generic Marvel movie, but this movie actually has like consequence to like Peter Parker beating up Mysterio and finding out that he was a villain all along. So
And it's weird. It's weird that Mysterio, like, for ages, Mysterio as a villain in general was seen as a big joke because he looked silly and didn't have any actual superpowers. But it's weird now that in the MCU he's the villain who's had the biggest impact on his life.
Bro, I was watching the Spectacular Spider-Man, and he was pretty good in Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't know why everyone was acting like he's dead silly.
Yo, the thing that introduced me to Mysterio was the 90s cartoon, and I've loved him ever since that cartoon. And I was so excited when he was confirmed to be the villain of Far From Home, and I was not disappointed because that illusion scene was sexy.
Bro, honestly, I think that illusion scene is better than the final fight scene.
Yeah, I'd agree. Actually, I think I don't know now. It's probably I think the illusion scene in Spider-Man Far From Home is my second favorite scene in a Spider-Man film. But now my favorite scene is probably like the No Way Home final battle.
Bro, how long have we gone without talking about like Andrew or Toby being in the movie?
Wow, quite a long time.
32 minutes.
Something else I'd like to mention. Turns out there wasn't a Sinister Six.
Bro, I hope they set it up soon.
And I hope the reason they decided not to do one here is because they're planning on doing one in maybe the next trilogy. And I hope they don't just do one in the Venomverse, because that would be a bit dead. Because we all know they probably won't even be an actual Sinister Six, and they'll just be Sony's version of the Avengers.
Some kind of Suicide Squad.
In it, exactly. So I hope they actually do a Sinister Six in the MCU. And now that Vulture doesn't know Peter Parker is Spider-Man, that's the perfect reason for him to become a villain again, because he hasn't had like a connection with him anymore, and all he knows about Spider-Man now is that he took down his business and put him in prison. So now you can bring Vulture back as a villain, you can bring Shocker back, Scorpion, and why the hell not say Mysterio faked his death, and make up some other villains, and you've got the Sinister Six.
Please add Rhino to that collection.
In it, man. Be better. Who would your ideal MCU Sinister Six be?
That's hard, bro. That's hard. Vulture, Shocker, Scorpion, Rhino. Say Mysterio faked his death, and then I don't know.
Yeah, man. I'd probably do Vulture, Shocker, Scorpion. Yeah, let's throw Mysterio in there, because Jake Gyllenhaal's just too good of an actor to only have in one film. A fifth villain. A fifth villain. You know, you could do Hobgoblin. Like, not make it Ned, but you could do Hobgoblin. Because, like, what even happened to the glider in No Way Home? Like,
fair enough.
Yeah, so, like, you could do, like, kind of like what they did in Spider-Man Homecoming, where it was just the villains using scraps from the Avengers final battle and making their own shit out of it. They can do that, but instead of it being an Avengers final battle, it's the No Way Home final battle. And you can just nick the glider and become Hobgoblin.
Probably would have been one of Mysterio's sidekicks.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Why not?
The guy that got screamed that in the first Iron Man
First
movie.
Iron Man, yeah. And I listed 5 villains there: Vulture, Shocker, Scorpion, Mysterio, Hobgoblin. So a sixth villain, maybe Chameleon. Chameleon would be cool. There are
Bro,
a lot of Spider-Man villains that they haven't used in a film. Like, it is a crime that we've had this many live-action Spider-Man films, and Kingpin hasn't been in a single one of them.
spoilers for Hawkeye, by the way. Did Kingpin die?
No way. No way. First of all, if you don't show a character actually get killed, then you can't confirm he's dead if they don't show it. Because usually when they do that in a film / TV show, it's usually because they want to save him for another time. And you don't bring Vincent D'Onofrio back to play Kingpin in the MCU just to put him in the finale of a TV show. No way.
Exactly. I was throughout the entirety of that thing, Hawkeye, right? He came close to dying so many times, and I was like, nah, it's too early to kill off a guy like Kingpin. Like, honestly.
Yo, but if they actually have killed him off, then I will never forgive the MCU for that.
I'm returning to the DCEU.
In it, man. I would, because, like, why would you bring that version of Kingpin back with such a perfect actor and then kill him off in Hawkeye without Kingpin ever facing Daredevil or Spider-Man?
Bro, even as someone who hasn't watched Daredevil, which I really should, I
Yeah, you
feel
should.
like that is like a very comic accurate Kingpin. Like nothing can get better than that.
In it, you can't beat it. I mean, they even gave him the cane and the white coat. It's just perfection.
Bro, like his suit when you first see him just looks so like comic accurate, like honestly.
Like a Marvel superheroes, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. When I say comic accurate, I just mean straight out of Lego Marvel.
In it. Yo, but it's possible that maybe he could be in the She-Hulk series
Me.
because apparently Daredevil's also in the She-Hulk series. So like, why the hell not put Kingpin in there?
She-Hulk
And
looks so weird though.
yo, I'm excited for it though because it's probably gonna have Daredevil in it. Apparently, Daredevil will wear his classic yellow suit as well, which would be pretty sick. Also, Abomination's coming back, so I'm pretty excited for it.
Bro. I like how the MCU has forgotten about the Abomination for so many years and they're just randomly bringing him back.
Shang-Chi in it.
Yeah, in Shang-Chi, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if Kingpin's next appearance isn't She-Hulk, then it's probably going to be in the Echo series.
Echo. Is that
It's
the deaf
the
woman?
Deaf Girl. Yeah, the Deaf Girl.
Why they making... They're worse than Sony at this point, making TV shows about fucking villains.
She's not really a villain anymore, I'd say.
Yeah, but
Because
you've
she isn't
had...
going after Hawkeye anymore. She's going after Kingpin.
Yeah, but you've had Agatha and now you've
True.
got Echo.
I wouldn't say they're as bad as Sony, though. Because Sony, they actually don't know what they're doing. Like, they're making an Electro movie with Jamie Foxx, apparently, after he's gotten a cure and, like, has changed his fate, which doesn't make sense.
Man, we just want to see Amazing Spider-Man 2 and 3, not this shit.
In it, everyone's like begging Sony for Spider-Man 4 and the Amazing Spider-Man 3, and Sony's just like, here's an Aunt May movie.
Bro, if I'm being honest, I don't really see a point in Spider-Man 4. As much as I love to see a Spider-Man 4, I feel like Tobey Maguire's arc as a solo movie is pretty much done, really.
The only reason why I'm like really wanting to see Spider-Man 4 is because like it was planned, and there was like those storyboards for it and everything. So just to see all them story ideas go to waste would just be a shame, especially since like we saw the final battle with Spider-Man and Vulture on those storyboards, and it looks brutal, and I want to see it in live action. That's the main reason I want to see it, and also Bruce Campbell Mysterio.
Man, that had more build up than Harry Osborn Green Goblin.
Yeah, actually did as well.
Exactly.
I think Spider-Man No Way Home made me more interested in the Amazing Spider-Man 3 happening, because Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man did say that after Gwen died, he was like bitter and stopped pulling his punches, which means he was just way more brutal in fights and didn't really hold back. So it would be cool to have like a Spider-Man where he's kind of like Punisher, and it would be interesting if he ends up like killing a few criminals, and then maybe that could like make him have a lot of enemies, and then boom, introduce Kingpin. There you go.
Maybe he kills the Rhino.
Yeah, maybe he does. I hope so.
Bro,
Hope he kills that version of Rhino.
who kills the... Oh, I thought you said Toby kills that because the mic was being weird.
I said Andrew.
Yeah, you said I hope, but then it sounded like Toby because the mic was being weird.
Oh, right. To be honest, if they do make the Amazing Spider-Man 3, I reckon they should maybe do it like Wes, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 left off, but like do a soft reboot with Rhino's character and make him less cartoony.
Bro, I can't take him seriously, especially the first line that he says, screaming his name out loud.
Innit? He's such a weirdo.
Bro.
Definitely got autism.
Is he more artistic than me and Tom?
Nah. We have really gone like 43 minutes and hardly talked about the fact that Toby and Andrew are in this film. That's mad.
Yeah, we've just touched on their sequel possibilities.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
to be honest, I think the way they brought them in was kind of lazy. Like how Ned can just open a portal, something Doctor Strange had trouble doing in the first film, even though he's like a way more intelligent person.
it's funny, dumb sidekick character.
It's just lazy writing, that's what I call it.
It's like when they made Mater the main character of Cars 2, because he's the funny, dumb sidekick character.
I will always hate Cars 2.
Bro. No
Not
joke.
As much as Jonah Campbell. Not as much as Jonah Campbell hates Bubble Guppies.
Exactly. But, like, no joke, I'm not even being sarcastic about this either. I feel like A Car's Life is generally a better movie, tonally and everything else than Cars 2.
I actually agree. I'm not even joking. I agree.
Exactly.
So anyway, Spider-Man No Way Home. I am so thankful that they didn't change the suits for Andrew and Toby, because those two Spider-Men have the best live-action Spider-Man suits.
Who's better, Toby or Andrew's suits?
Toby.
I don't know. I'll have to say Toby because gave us that one scene where the guy's like, "Whoa, he stole that guy's pizza."
What's that got to do with the suits?
Because that's the suit where the scene appears in.
Fair enough. Oh, speaking of suits, that suit at the end of the film is well sexy.
Bro, in it.
It's like perfection. It's everything I wanted from an MCU Spider-Man suit.
Bro, but you know when they opened a portal to Andrew and he was in the alleyway? I thought that was going to be Toby because of alleyway. It's just like a significant part to like Toby's trilogy, you know what I'm saying?
especially alleyways in the dark as well.
Yeah.
Yo, I was actually kind of surprised that they didn't de-age Tobey Maguire, because when it was like confirmed that they were gonna de-age Doctor Octopus, I just instantly assumed that they'd do the same with Tobey Maguire, but they didn't, and I'm actually glad that they didn't because it makes him look more experienced and makes him different from the other Spider-Man.
Bro, what I don't get is how he says that stuff worked between him and Mary Jane, and I'm like, how did that work?
I know, innit?
Like, she is such a bitch in the movies.
It's a
I'm not
innit?
even.
I think it's a film about the multiverse, and I think the fact that they made it work is the most unrealistic part about the film.
Exactly, bro. Like, fair enough, in Spider-Man 2, she didn't know Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man, yeah. But, like, in Spider-Man 3, right, she knows that he's Spider-Man, and she's still, like, so bitchy to him, like, honestly.
Yo, Buzz,
Yo.
don't give me the horse thing. Also, this film confirmed that Michelle Jones is not an original character. It's literally just Mary Jane with a different name. Because she's Michelle Jones Watson. And this version of Mary Jane is better than the Tobey Maguire one. That might be a hot take, but I don't care. She is.
Bro, I don't know what world we're living in where that's a hot take.
Well, ask Spider-Verse proof.
Bro, I wonder if he's still doing good in followers because Spider-Man No Way Home has just came out.
He changed his account name to Spider-Verse Proven.
Bro, is he still bitching about the deniers?
I don't know. Probably is. I remember looking at his story, and he said that if Spider-Man 4 and The Amazing Spider-Man 3 end up happening, he said that that's what his account will be about. And fair enough, I guess.
Bro,
What
do you feel about you know, the gradual, like, you know, throughout the trilogy, Tom Spider-Man is like, he's so privileged in the first two, and then he just loses it all by choice in the third.
I actually quite like that, because if you give him everything in them first two films, and then he loses everything by the end of the third film, then that just makes it feel more impactful.
Exactly, like, bro, I am blown away. The amount of Spider-Man stories that they can do now, is just beautiful.
In it, man, like you can do it where like he's struggling to pay his rent. You can just do a lot, really, can't you?
Bro, I am still mad that they didn't get Mr. Dickovich back.
Yo, hopefully they will in the next trilogy. Also, bring Ursula back.
Bro, she was the... Bro, why didn't he go with her instead of Mary Jane?
In it, like there was so many better females. Betty Brant, Gwen Stacy, Ursula. Literally every female wanted him, and he thought, nah, let's stick with this ginger bitch who can't commit to anyone.
In it, bro.
He couldn't even commit to John Jameson. He was actually a nice guy.
In it, bro. She's like, or at the end of Spider-Man 2, she's like, let me make my own choice, and then she still doesn't go by her own choice.
In it, she could have at least had the decency to like maybe give him some money, because like weddings are expensive, and she just wasted all the money. But nope, she didn't even have the decency to go and up to him and tell him that she doesn't want the wedding to go ahead. She left a note, taking the mick.
And it just the time waster, honestly.
God, yeah, that's why. That's one of the reasons why I say Spider-Man 2 is overrated.
Bro, that's the only thing I really don't like about Spider-Man 2.
I don't like the fact that he loses his powers because he's feeling upset.
Bro, I feel like even if it don't make sense, it leads to good, like, tension. but it still don't make sense.
Yeah. Like, imagine if they did that with the X-Men characters. Like Deadpool. Like, he starts changing, like, back to normal, because he can't be asked fighting crime anymore.
Bro, that wouldn't make sense.
Exactly, man. So, they shouldn't do it with Spider-Man either.
Bro. And when you put it like that, it makes even less sense now.
Innit? I think that was another thing I didn't really like about Spider-Man 2, but I've kind of forgotten what it was now. So it was probably just a nitpick anyway.
That Jonah Jameson didn't get enough screen time. Oh, I know what it was. It's that deleted scene.
Yeah. Yo, if you want to talk about deleted scenes, first of all, they deleted that epic scene in Spider-Man Far From Home where he's like fighting these like criminal people in the Iron Spider suit. That was a sick scene.
Bro, I just don't like how he's always using the Iron Spider suit, which is gonna change now because he can't have the Iron Spider suit. But still.
Yo, watch him get a new one from a multiversal Tony Stark and it's comic accurate.
Bro, what's with Marvel now and putting like the most comic accurate suits on everyone, even if it looks ridiculous?
And it's like a Phase 4 trend. Like, you did it in WandaVision on the Halloween thing. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, even though they did it without it looking ridiculous, they still did it. That Captain America Falcon suit, you can't get much more accurate than that.
I mean, the Lego figure looks sexy though. I have it.
In it. Also, Loki, you had classic Loki.
Which was probably one of the best characters anyway, so it can slide.
In it. In the Black Widow movie, probably weren't even that noticeable, but like, Black Widow's suit did look more comic accurate than it usually does.
And now we've got like a full-on comic accurate Spider-Man suit.
In it. And what else is there? Shang-Chi, honestly, that's probably one of the least comic accurate MCU films, so not that. What else has there been? Forgot.
I don't know about the Eternals.
Have they done anything in What If?
No, because they were based off like old MCU movies, weren't they?
Yeah, pretty much. Why have I forgotten what's in Phase 4 already? Hawkeye. They sort of teased a comic accurate suit with a drawing, but it never happened.
Oh yeah, that was, bro. That would just look so silly, especially with Hawkeye's like character. It'll make sense with Kate Bishop, but not with Clint Barkin Hawkeye.
Barkin. Man, I still haven't seen Eternals.
Bro, I'm not even being like sarcastic. It's actually boring.
Is it?
Bro, the best scene is like a sex scene they have at like the start of the movie.
Oh, it's at the start.
Yeah.
I watched this reviewer on YouTube, and he said there's a sex scene in the film, but it only lasts 10 minutes. He was supposed to say 10 seconds, and so many people commented about it because, like, 10 minutes is a long time. So many people commented it that he had to, like, make a comment and pin it saying, guys, I actually meant 10 seconds.
Bro, imagine a 10-minute sex scene in an MCU movie.
Yo, I would not complain, especially if it's Black Widow and Hulk.
Bro. If it's Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, doggy. Bro, is there anything else we need to talk?
Green Goblin is probably one of the best MCU films.
Bro, I'm surprised we've gone so far without talking in depth about Green Goblin.
I know, innit? It's weird to say that Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is an MCU villain. It's just weird to say, innit?
I mean, like, is it the MCU still, or is it like the MCM, Marvel Cinematic Multiverse now?
To be honest, they're probably just gonna keep calling it the MCU
But that's
because
gonna mess with my OCD, dude.
nah, I'm too used to it to change. Also, the bridge scene that they showed in all the advertisements, that was a cool scene. I like the bridge scene.
I like how Doctor Octopus's soundtrack came back.
In it, and Green Goblins.
Yeah, in it.
Like the only time we saw him wear the suit from the original film.
Yep. Bro, is it just me, or did the CGI look more dated in the trailers than it does in the movie?
It was probably unfinished.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, that was so sick seeing the rage on Tom Holland.
Oh yeah, that's what I've always wanted from Tom Holland, because I always thought he was like too friendly and innocent. But man, when he was like raging on him, and then Tobey Maguire had to stop him from doing a US agent moment from Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I haven't seen that show.
Oh, basically yeah. John Walker, US agents, killed someone with Captain America's shield.
Yo, just like What If? The zombie.
I guess. It's kind of like what Captain America did to Iron Man in the Civil War final battle, except he killed him.
Yo.
Just pretty crazy.
Bro, I've heard negative things about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
To be honest, it's probably one of the worst projects in the MCU. But since I'm a bash, I wouldn't call any film / show in the MCU bad.
Even Captain Marvel.
Some can just be mediocre.
Even Captain Marvel.
Yo, Captain Marvel ain't even that bad. I'm not even joking. It's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Fair enough.
It's like, I'd say it's honestly like, in my ranking of the films, it's around the same area as Black Panther, which is funny. Because people love Black Panther, but loads of people hate Captain Marvel, and those films are like the same level for me.
Bro, the thing stopping Black Panther and Black Widow being good is the final battle, because like, I don't know, they should like have like director visions for like the final battle on how long it needs to be per movie.
Yeah, to be honest, the final battle of Black Widow isn't even very memorable.
In it.
I preferred some of the action scenes towards the beginning of the film.
In it.
And man, a final battle doesn't need loads of CGI. It doesn't need to be like a really big thing for it to be good. Like in the Spider-Man final battle from the original film, one of the best comic book final battles ever, and it was literally two people in costumes like hitting each other in an abandoned building. That was it. And it was one of the best in comic book movie history.
Bro, I love like how brutal the punches are in that movie.
In it, and the sound effects.
Exactly.
I like that. Like, I like how there wasn't like a lot of music as well.
Yeah, like normally the Raimi trilogy, there's a lot of music to every scene, and that the non-inclusion of not having music in that scene is just makes it a whole lot like brutal.
In it, man, and bruh, Doctor Strange 2 is about to be one of the best comic book films, since it's going to be directed by Sam Raimi.
Bro, I have a lot of trust in Sam Raimi.
In it.
Sam Raimi and what was the guy that directed Guardians?
James Gunn.
They are the two, like, if they make a comic book movie, I'm like, instant good. Like, honestly.
What about the Russo brothers?
Yeah, the Russo brothers as well.
Hot take, John Watts. I trust him with Fantastic Four.
Is he gonna be directing Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be sick.
Did you forget? I thought you knew that.
You said that the director of No Way Home, and I forgot. John Watts
Yeah.
actually directed No Way Home. I know he
Oh,
directed the other two.
yeah, he directed that entire trilogy. So I assume the next Spider-Man trilogy will have a different director since he's directing Fantastic Four. And any idea on what director you'd get, or do you just not know many directors?
Mark Webb. Nah, we need a Derek Savage directing it.
Derek Savage. Yo, you know what's mad?
Yeah,
You know how Ant-Man and the Wasp is a pretty mediocre film?
yeah.
It has the same writers as Spider-Man No Way Home.
What the fuck?
It's mental that.
Bro, is this the only MCU Spider-Man movie that didn't end with what the fuck?
Well,
That is unbelievable.
sort of, yeah.
That's like Spider-Man 3 not having the final swing.
Did it not?
Nah, Spider-Man 3 and the Raimi trilogy didn't have the final swing.
Alright. Yo, out of every Spider-Man film, what would you say is the best final swing?
I feel like I would like to say Andrews from The Amazing Spider-Man 1.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
I feel like Andrew have the best swinging scenes, you know what I'm saying?
I'd say he also had the best quips.
Bro, ain't it? Don't call me late to dinner if you know what I mean.
Is that a knife? Yo, yeah, I'm actually struggling with who my favourite Spider-Man is. Like, they're all so good.
Bro, live action is really hard, but if it's like any Spider-Man, I'll have to say Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, yo, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 or Part 2, they have to bring in the Spider-Men from the animated shows, because imagine how cool it would be to have Spider-Man No Way Home, which would, like, bring all the live-action Spider-Men together, and then for the animated Spider-Man movie franchise to bring the animated Spider-Man together.
Even the terrible ones.
Yeah, even the terrible ones.
Bro, that would
Like
be
that recent
sick.
one.
Because, remember, Spider-Ham, it had, like, the Looney Tune animation incorporated with, like, the animation in, the main animation in Into the Spider-Verse.
Innit, you can do that with, like, the 90s Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man and all that.
That would be banger, bro.
It would be. I'm excited for Spider-Verse 2. I don't know if anyone else is,
Bro,
but I'm excited.
I'm most excited to wank off the Gwen Stacy.
Oh, same, yeah. I'm gonna be drawing her like how Miles Morales drew her.
You should have took art for GCSE just to draw her.
Oh yeah. I'm probably gonna watch that at the cinemas. You know, I didn't watch the first one at the cinemas. I waited for it to come out on DVD. I didn't even think the film was that big of a deal until I actually watched it.
Bro, you missed out.
Yeah, but I will be watching the second one probably if I have money.
Is it the same directors?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure they directed the Lego movie.
Didn't they also do Mitchell's vs. the Machines?
Yeah, and Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs, I'm pretty sure.
I haven't seen Mitchell's vs. the Machines yet.
It's pretty good. The only problem I have with it is that it's too much like the Lego movie.
Oh, that's a shame.
Cause like, there's a part near like the end where they go in like every character goes in like these pods that are like straight out of like, you know, that thing in Lord Business's room.
Yep.
Yeah. And the main villains is just a bunch of robots, so.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. Spider-Man's pretty good.
Yeah. Have we talked about everything for No Way Home?
Well, not everything.
I feel like we're missing something.
Uh,
Bro, Mr. Delmo is gonna forget Peter Parker. That's actually sad.
in it, man. You know who else will forget about Peter Parker?
Who?
Brad.
Nah, that's actually decent though. Bro, I want that guy out of the MCU right now.
In it, man. Taking pictures of people in the bathroom.
Kind of weird, man.
Very weird.
Gonna try and be the cool teacher here. That is very weird.
Someone needs to make a daily Instagram account for that.
Bro, there's not enough daily Tom Holland accounts. Where are there?
I know, man. I'd make them, but I've got too many accounts.
Isn't it?
Yo, these daily accounts are shit, though. They don't even upload daily.
Yeah, some of them. I swear, I've followed like a lot that only post daily for a week and then gave up.
Innit, man? I follow so many accounts.
Bro, if I ever do a daily account, it's gonna be like a Cars Life or something. It's gonna be that scene where that guy starts moaning.
Mine would be like B-movie or something. Mine would probably be the scene from B-movie where Vanessa's like, "Here, have a crumb."
That's my cousin Daily.
Oh, what about what's the guy called, the boyfriend?
I don't know.
Oh, what you could do a daily account of him doing them Star Wars blaster noises. Or you can do the that guy that works at that supermarket going, "He's here, I sense it."
Bro, why is the B movie so hated, man?
And I actually really like it. I'm not even joking.
In it, no sarcasm.
In it.
I like the part where Winnie the Pooh gets shot.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't get sued by Disney for that.
Bro, honestly, you know that scene where he's like, "That's not a queen, that's a drag queen." That would get cancelled.
Oh yeah. Yo, we just went on to B movie when we were supposed to be talking about Spider-Man.
Barry Benson should be in the MCU. Like, fuck Spider-Man.
In it. Yo, Spider-Man No Way Home had so many Spider-Man suits. Like, it's actually kind of impressive they were able to do that many suits.
Bro, half of them aren't even new suits. They're just
In it,
add-ons
just,
to
like,
the same suit.
In it, they're just like minor changes to like the suit we already had, Inside Out, and the gold thing, which is called the integrated suit.
Very epic.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw pictures for the integrated suit, I didn't even like it. But for some reason, when I saw it on the big screen, I was like, "Ooh, yo, that looks sexy." I don't know what changed my mind. Maybe it's just, I guess it just looks better in action.
If I'm being honest, I forgot that he had the integrated suit on after Doc Ock put the thing on him.
In it, man. Obviously, they just did that to sell toys, but still, did look pretty.
They did 3 Lego sets, right? And they're all like, there's only one like pretty good Lego set, and it's the one based on No Way Home, and it has the, you know, the thing, Doctor Strange's basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, everyone thought that thing was Scorpion.
Bro, I love Action Flash when he was like, everyone thought that was gonna be Scorpion, but he's laughing now.
Yeah. To be honest, my mind first went to Spider Slayers because like I'm that 90s Spider-Man fan. You know what I mean?
What, that build in the No Way Home set?
The basement.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the little green thing was a Spider Slayer because like in the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, one of the Spider Slayers was a big green scorpion monster.
Bro, if I'm being honest, I thought it was just some random thing they put in that set because like they did it the same with the original Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, I feel like Lego's just having the time of their life when Doctor Strange gets announced in a new movie.
Isn't it, man? I'm surprised they didn't add it in like fucking Darkseid in the Infinity War set. Something we should talk about when it comes to No Way Home. Where do you think Andrew and Toby will appear next in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Doctor Strange 2 is directed by Sam Raimi, and I think, no doubts about it, Spider-Man by Tobey Maguire is going to be in that movie.
He definitely should be, because if he isn't, that is a massive missed opportunity. And after that, they should be in Secret Wars, because that's like a big multiverse event. And I mean, why wouldn't you put them in there?
Also, on the subject of Doctor Strange 2, I think Mysterio, Bruce Campbell should be in that movie.
He should be, because like Sam Raimi, he puts Bruce Campbell in his films. So like, why not
Bro,
put in a Marvel Bruce Campbell character you planned on doing in the film?
you just reminded me that car that Uncle Ben drives is going to be in that movie.
Is it?
Because apparently that is in every Sam Raimi movie, so it's definitely going to be in this.
So it's like the Pizza Planet truck for Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah.
Yo, we've been talking for over an hour.
Have we really? Longest podcast ever. Oh my god, it's 1 hour 12 minutes.
It's mad that.
In it.
You want to end it?
Yeah, I don't. Do you have anything else to talk about?
This next Spider-Man trilogy better be good.
But it better. I have high hopes because he's lost everything.
Yeah, I have high hopes. Because like we've got the whole origin thing out of the way, so now we can have like traditional Spider-Man stories.
Yeah. Bro, I feel like Mysterio was like the only reason why I watched Far From Home.
I just watched it because it was an MCU film and a
Nah,
Spider-Man film.
I'm talking about like rewatching it for like, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh, yo, should we end it now?
Yup.
Okay, bye, my N-words.